On October 15, 2016, 9 California colleges and universities came together in Sacramento, California, to compete at the first tiny house competition hosted by SMUD. Modeled after the U.S. Department of Energy's Solar Decathlon, the Tiny House Competition gave students a unique opportunity to learn about sustainable design and net-zero solar homes in a real-world setting, gaining valuable experience in collaboration. There's a growing interest worldwide in tiny homes, as these clever little dwellings offer great potential for affordability and sustainability. The Watt Trekker team talked with several of the competing schools to hear about their experiences working on the project.
Well, for me, I did tiny houses because I've always wanted to do something more accessible to everybody. Because me as a college student, and right now the housing industry, it's like we want to get a house, but we don't want something as big as a house or something that would require a mortgage. And you can kind of be more financially independent with a tiny house than with a regular home. The most unexpected thing that happened is just that what you designed is not going to get built the way you designed it. It's just learning that you as an architect just think it's just you. But when building this, you kind of learn that building a house takes a lot of people. It's not just you. So you might have designed something, but then you have the engineer that tells you, oh, no, that's not going to work. And then you have the construction department that's like, oh, wait, you want me to build it? Like, do you know how hard it is to build it? And you're like, okay. So it's kind of just, the most surprising thing is just kind of realizing how many people really go into building something and how many people it takes to build something like this, because sometimes you don't see how many people actually go into a progress, because we had to use so many people, like different people. Like I said, the solar panel, we had to get plumbing, we had to get electricians, we had to get so many people, and it kind of just surprised me, and it actually opened my eyes to what it actually takes to build a home.
So an interesting thing about our club is that we're actually a student organization, which means we don't have any affiliations with the departments on Chico State campus. And so our house is solely funded and designed and constructed by students. So on our house we actually have a smart residential energy management system. We call it the SHRIM system. And that was actually designed by a group of students to basically manage the energy that goes into and out of our house. And the reason why we have that is because we have a smaller size inverter that can't run all our appliances at the same time. And so it smartly activates and deactivates certain appliances in the house that we never melt our inverter. So basically our house is going to be donated to Habitat for Humanity, and it'll be used as a command center for a manager on a transitional homes area. And
yeah, south-facing windows is definitely key. So how you park it would.
Yeah.
The fact that you can park it in any direction is definitely a huge asset to passive solar.
A lot of the things, like the house is made so that it can be off-grid completely, but we also made it so you can hook it up to the grid to kind of be able to do that. So like with the power, it's DC because that's what you get with the solar panels, and it can all function completely on that, but it's also capable of running AC.
I definitely learned the pros and cons of collaboration with such a large group of people. I mean, especially when you're dealing with like design of a house, everyone has their own opinions and their own values and things they hold as what's important and what's not. So it's definitely like a big balancing act. Designing and building a tiny house with like over 30 people.
After talking with these students, the great value of the Tiny House project is evident. As they shared with us, the scale of the tiny house made the design of solar, electric, and water systems more manageable than a full-size house. And the success of designing and building a self-sufficient home is something that these students will carry with them long after they graduate. To view floor plans and learn more about the Tiny House competition, visit smud.org/tinyhouse.